The case is people have a problem with understanding this point. People think that the case is Muhammad. The case is Muhammad. Those who are having problem with Muhammad, they always uh, focus on the personality of Muhammad. Use hadith that is either a lie or some hadith that they cannot understand. Some of these hadith are absolutely a lie, and they twist the understanding of Quran, and they bring some stories that never happened, and they focus on the character of Muhammad, and they insult and criticize, and these people who are not Muslim definitely are missing the point. They are missing the point. The problem is the case is not Muhammad. The case is what Muhammad is preaching for. When we talk about the light and dark in this dunya and this world and other worlds, and what's in the hereafter, after death, in case if there is a hereafter, and definitely there will be a hereafter, and the God Muhammad is preaching for. This is the case. The case is not Muhammad. The case is definitely not Muhammad. Absolutely not Muhammad. And they focus, and they always keep focusing on Muhammad personality, what Muhammad did, and bring any information, either with the resource that they respect or without resource. Now you're missing it. The point is not Muhammad. The point is what Muhammad have brought. Now I'm gonna add this following fact. What Noah talked about is exactly what Muhammad talked about. Yeah, I understand you will face a problem with recognizing this. What Moses talked about is exactly what Muhammad talked about, but you have a problem with understanding it. What the Messiah, the son of Virgin Mary, peace be upon him, talked about is exactly what Muhammad, peace be upon him, talked about. Other messengers from A to Z, what they talked about, Muhammad talked about. The clear information that Adam have received and noticed and noticed and recognized Adam is exactly what Muhammad is trying to talk about and to preach and explain about. The case is this is the problem. The problem is a lot are focusing on Muhammad. I'm not talking all, but a lot. Now this is how you are deceived by the devil. Either some extreme reaction. This is the work of the devil. In this world there is groups. Each group call itself a religious group on something, and there is a big group call itself atheism, and there is a unique group call itself a Muslim. And among this group there is groups, the Muslim group. And of course, as Muhammad, the final messenger, have explained, but the case is what Muhammad explained about is the case, is the point. It's not Muhammad. Now God Almighty, based on the atmosphere and circumstances before 14th centuries and the environmental characters and Middle East and the Arabian Peninsula and the Ishmaeli territory, whatever, needed certain change that match the environment before 14th century, so that Muhammad was instructed to do so and so and so and so to protect the word, the message, and to do a great renew to the message of Islam, submission to God Almighty, the creator of existence, the owner of existence, the founder of existence, Allah, who sent Muhammad as a final messenger, the most merciful, who sent Muhammad as a mercy upon mankind, who made Muhammad bring this final revolution to mankind, Quran, basically, and the explanation, confirmed explanation. You need to wake up, especially if you call yourself Christian, or if you call yourself Jew, or even if you call yourself Shiite in a different way. You need to understand exactly what Muhammad was preaching for. Be careful from the dark reformation after the light reformation by Muhammad, by God Almighty, and through Muhammad by God Almighty. And even if you call yourself a Hindu or call yourself Buddhist, uh, God Almighty have sent Muhammad so that we wouldn't worship a human figure, so that we should direct this worshipping powers or magnetic power or whatever from our souls to Him, the Creator of existence. This is exactly what Daniel, peace be upon him, have preached for, what Gabriel have come to tell about, what Moses have preached for, with different change that matches the circumstances at the time of any messenger. Moses, they were a favorite group that there will be a generational messenger, generation after generation. So there will be a specific instruction to Moses that suit that time. The Messiah, the son of Virgin Mary, there is a mission, a duty, and a task. And so he doesn't need to get married. He shouldn't be married. He must not have a father for it to be fulfilled. You are not talking about a king or a prince or an emperor or normal. We're talking about the God. We're talking about the God. Now, the most favored word that the human, based on his approval and confirmation, recording to so that it would be related to the one who created existence is Allah. Between Ibrahim to Noah, maybe the word was a different word, but at our time, based on even the approval from God, we can see it in Quran and in the book that they call Bible is Allah. Hinduism, where they're talking about a supreme God, and there is other word. There is a manipulation and corruption that have occurred. Yeah. So I'm tired now. I'm really tired. Because there is a lot of things that I am. My mind is. It's not good for my mind. I shouldn't think a lot. Anyway, there is no God but Allah, the creator of existence, the founder of existence, the owner of existence, who sent messenger. Muhammad is the final messenger, and he was sent to be a mercy upon mankind. Yes. At the end, I'm just explaining it. I have nothing to do with Islam. I have nothing to do with Muhammad. I'm just saying the truth about Islam and the truth about Muhammad. It's a personal case with an alignment of understanding the Ismailian uh, Ismailian uh, understanding what I mean by the Ismailian land and the Ismaili nation. And it's a personal case with an alignment of understanding Islam, which is submission to the one who created existence, Allah. Islam means submission. Islam is all about submission to Allah. Allah is the creator of this existence, the God Almighty. There is no God but Him. You cannot achieve this except by believing that Muhammad is the final messenger. The word abd means the worshipper. Some Muslims identify it as a slave, as a property. Mainly, God is not a human being. God is the one who owns the souls, who owns the devil, who owns the light, Darkness owns this existence. He controls it. So, and there is rules for everything. And there is a reason for everything. It's not easy to understand it. You should have a good relationship with God Almighty, a relation of love and respect. Abdullah means the worshipper of Allah. Amatullah, the female worshipper of Allah. But the Muslim, just to show that they are obedience, they say the truth in a different word, saying that we only slave for you. We only in the property that you own. Indeed, Allah said that you are one of the most high creatures that I ever created, humanity. We cannot, I'm sorry to say this, the father sometimes, there is some fathers unfortunately who molest their children. God is much bigger than this. He's not a father. He's the creator of fathers and mothers and children. He's the creator of the relationship between a father and a son. He is the one who created such relationship. He is a God, the only God. And there is no God but Him, with the acceptable explaining of the word God. If you're an atheist, I'm just explaining to you about the change that occurred in this line of renewing a concept. This concept is all about believing that there is a high intelligent power. This high intelligent power in this world is owned by this creator of everything. Muhammad is one of these gentlemen who said exactly what they came to preach about. And he explained about this God. Yes, you will go and you will deal with some of those who call themselves Christian, and they will bring their cross and they will talk about someone died, crucified for the sin and whatever. This have nothing to do with the truth. This is something that they have invented through this 2,000 years. They would deal with some people who they're proclaiming that they are Israelite, though they are not, Gentile, who insist that they call them by calling themselves Jews. You will talk to them and they will talk about a wild beast and a strange God in Torah and in the Talmud and freakness here and there. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about the anti-Zionist Jew, though there is some, because they are keeping what I consider dark hidden, not from others. No, they neglect it, waiting for the Messiah. So this is something good, not like the others who try to impose it, who are imposing it. Please don't delete the video. Look what's happening in this state of the Holy Land. You will go and they will talk about themselves as the people God and favorite. This is all rubbish. They are living in a different world. Unfortunately, something expired, manipulated and corrupted, and they are bothering the world with it. Please don't delete the video. Those who call themselves Shiite are messing around by using the term the family of Muhammad. They got nothing to do with the family of Muhammad. If the family of the Muhammad are living with, are back from paradise, if you're an atheist, if they are alive here with us, they would say, please get lost. This have nothing to do with our faith. Our faith is exactly what Muhammad came to preach about. This is not easy to be understood. Those who call themselves Hindus and those who call themselves Buddhists are the same case, but from a different aspect. I have no time to explain more. Though the corruption and the manipulation occurred among those who call themselves Hindus and Buddhists are much worse in comparison to what happened to those who call themselves Christian or Jews or Shiite. It's a choice that you need to make. It's a choice of Aqidah and belief before you die. God do not give you any promises when it's come to the dunya, except what He guaranteed, except the things that He said that He might interfere. He might. But the great promise that He can give you is think about after death. After death, it's all about after death. If you are successful, if you accepted this belief, if you accepted this submission, then you overcome the darkness that unfortunately was handed by the devil to the father of the human soul. The human spirit creature was inherited a dark thing from this dark creature. dark king, dark divine creature who is alive with us here. You need just to ask God to protect you from. I understand that it's not easy for especially those who call themselves atheists to recognize it. Even some Muslims and some Muslim, even other Muslim believe in this, and what is the word? They commit some bad deeds both ways. A way that is neglecting the instruction of God, and a very extreme group that was a reaction of something happened. God Almighty said, of course, through Muhammad. This is a hadith, not in the Quran, but the Quran explained it as well. Explained it by different verses. But the hadith is explaining. It's one of the hadith. Some people are questioning even the hadith, but it makes sense. Uh, there is a lot of questioning happening right now. We are in a different, terrible time. This hadith was out, which I consider to confirm. Hadith is talking about those who take the belief. There are two types. The first type, and the belief is like a horse that they must ride. They are running behind the horse to jump and be at above the horse. The first are the normal, run in a very stable steps, and they jump behind the horse and they ride the horse, and they ride, and then they occupy their souls with their nice, normal, stable belief. And those who are extreme, who just run fast, and they jump, and then they don't ride the horse. They jump, but they land. Uh, they land after the horse. So the horse, they do not ride the horse. Their jump is a big jump. And they harm themselves. Is it easy for you to recognize what I'm trying to do? Just imagine someone is running from the back of horse, trying to ride it, to jump and be above it. The first one is doing a great job. He's above the horse. Everything is fine. Easy, the horse is not bothered, everything is fine, and now he can do his journey. And the other is extreme. Run. Now don't use this hadith and put it here and there. It needs some people who recognize things. Now, as I said, some people say that it's a weak hadith, but I consider, regardless, some people say it's have nothing. It's definitely, it's a word of a great imam, confirmed from a great imam. But they said adding this generational names to Muhammad is questioned. Maybe he is the one who explained the verses of Quran, another hadith by this. I'm just saying this so that no one is gonna question me and say this guy is manipulating the hadith and manipulating the way he's using the way terrible way of criticizing. When I'm in reaction, I have verses of Quran as well helping me. So either you jump and ride the horse of belief easily, or if you're extreme, you jump very big jump, and you land after the head of the horse. You harm yourself. That's it. That's it. If you're an atheist, as I said, I'm explaining to you the thing about the faith and religion. It's a personal case with an alignment of understanding. The Ishmaelian case with an alignment of understanding Islam, which is submission. Allah. Thank you very much.